Okay, so welcome to our BYC Talks. This is the very episode of all the series that we have. Okay, today we have Khun Sherry and Khun Steve to share with us their pickleball journey from day one until today. Okay,
Good.
okay. Khun Sherry, can you say hi?
Hello, I'm Sherry. Nice to meet you
Okay,
all.
okay, and then Khun Steve.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. So here we have Kun Saifon, Kun Katie, and then Kun Derek. Okay. So let's start with the very first question. We know that you just came back from your very first tournament in Hua Hin, right, Kun Cherry and Kun Steve?
Mhm.
Can you share with us your experience and then your feeling when you first entered the court? How did you feel? What did you feel? What did you see? Can you explain a little bit?
You want to go, Steve?
I know you feel free.
Okay. I'll start with the last bit of your question, if that's all right. Going to any new club to play, I'm sure is quite nerve-wracking if it's different lighting, different court service, different people. But of course, when you go to an international tournament for the very first time, you're confronted with 8 very busy courts, a lot of very different lighting. There's spectators, people are filming. There's a lot of noise. 8 pickleball courts create quite a bit of noise. And so first impression was, oh my gosh, what we let ourselves in for, because it looks all nerve-wracking and there's officials walking around in all these posh t-shirts telling everybody what to do. So first off, it was nerve-wracking, but you hang out for a little bit and the noise stops bothering you. So what took us there, I think I'll leave that to Steve. What got us to the tournament, Steve?
What got us to the tournament? We had that question yet? I don't want to get ahead of Moat here.
It's
Shall I go
okay.
ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you can just start with how long have you been playing pickleball, and then what made you decide that you want to compete? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
I can do that. I've been playing pickleball since I guess about June of last year, so 7 months or something like that. And that was upon moving to this area near BYC and poking around in Google Maps and finding that there's this opportunity that I could ride my bike to and play pickleball, which I'd only done a couple of times before, but I knew I was going to love the sport, and I found the whole experience with BYC very positive, and it's been part of my sort of getting in shape and getting active and a lot of good things. So jumping ahead, now and then, Moat arranges coaching opportunities or it's just training opportunities for developing your game, bringing in an outside coach or somebody like that. And a dozen or so of us signed up for a series of sessions, and at the end there was we had a round robin tournament among the people that were in the session, and somehow Sherry and I got paired together, and then we somehow squeaked out a victory in that little mini tournament. Little did we know that the prize that we won, we weren't expecting anything, was the opportunity to represent by BYC in the Hua Hin Thailand. So we sort of accidentally got involved in this, and it, I guess we could have said no, but it began to sound like fun, and people started treating us like the mascot. We became the BYC mascots or at least of our open play, group. We were sort of like, people kept treating us like we were special or something, and it became sort of a joke, but sort of fun, and then something to work for. It became a stimulus to want to get better, play better.
I think that's how we entered. It wasn't a conscious decision, I don't think, from either of us, that we looked, there's a pickleball tournament down in Hua Hin, let's do it. It just sort of morphed from a simple little fun game at our local club with a little bit of training on the side into, well, let's do the tournament. But luckily for me, because I was quite negative to begin with, I'll be honest. But Steve is quite chilled, and it was a chance to go to Hua Hin and be by the beach, and so there were other positives about going to compete. So as long as we didn't concentrate or have too many expectations, it was always going to be a fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm. So it was my fault to pair you up together.
It was your idea.
It was that prize. We were stunned.
Okay.
And it's not like we had a history of being doubles partners or something before that.
No, we hadn't played. We were randomly selected. Derek, so be careful who Mod randomly selects for you to play with, because the next thing you'll land up in some international tournament back in New York.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been playing pickleball for what? How many months already?
I started February last year. I didn't even know the name pickleball. I had no idea there was such a game. And I heard about it round about February time in my local village, and some guys were saying that they'd found a club. So in March, I snuck down without telling them, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't tell the guys who and are part of the club. I just snuck down for a private lesson with you, Khun Mod, beginner's lesson. And I knew then that I would quite like it, but I didn't have any idea about the rules or anything. I knew nothing.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any racket sport background?
Yes, played a lot, but I joke about this. It was last century that I used to play tennis, badminton, in my, practically all the racket sports of old, and golf, but a long time ago. So it's, the last 15, 20 years I haven't done much. So it's surprising I've taken to a racket sport, really. But I do like it.
Okay, so comparing to other racket sports such as tennis or badminton or paddle, what do you think about pickleball? Is it too much for your body, or is it accessible, or what?
Well, I think Steve should answer that, because you were quite into tennis, weren't you? Tennis was...
I don't know. I played off and on for a number of years. I think I played paddle. I'm curious about it, but it looks very athletic. From what I've seen on television, and badminton in the U.S. is something you play in the backyard when you're a kid, but it doesn't really usually go much beyond that. So tennis is kind of the limit. Tennis is my relevant experience, and it's really the only sport I played much at all, to be honest. But I think that ended about 20 years ago. So I've missed something, having a sport of some kind. But I think, like a lot of people, tennis just got to be too physical for me after a while. There's a lot of wear and tear on the knees or whatever, shoulders. I think pickleball is full of tennis refugees.
That's right.
Run up against limitations in their bodies.
So your preparation before the tournament. Okay. What did you do in order to prepare for the tournament? I know that we didn't have so much time to prepare. So how did you prepare yourself? How did you get ready for the tournament, or you were never ready at all?
Whether we're ready or not, it shows in the results.
And as we've just been joined by Ricky, the first thing I want to say, and I'm sure Steve agrees with me on this, that there were a few people from our club, a few teammates from our club, Ricky, Colette, Mark, Mickey, who gave their free time to actually do drills with us, which I think was really, really very important. And in fact, we didn't really know how good that was until I think we got to the tournament. We still lost, Ricky. So I think Steve has already mentioned that we had some training with an outside coach. Mod gave plenty of court time so that we could practice. And I think the only thing is, I suppose we didn't have enough time to practice as a mixed doubles partnership. I felt that we were quite new to that. And sadly, a lot of the times when there was practice going on, I wasn't actually able to make it. But I think we did our best to prepare without getting too excited and too nervous about, playing. Yeah, I think it was important to, as Steve said, just keep it fun. We're just going to go and have some fun.
Did you ever get mad or get upset at each other, or did you ever shout at each other on the court?
Actually, there was no is the answer to that. But Steve, do you want to tell them we were? And I think it was we got it on. Somebody got it on film, but we were playing against. We were playing in one of our matches, and we did that typical thing where Steve comes across to take a shot and pushes me unintentionally off completely.
Yeah, that was a rather embarrassing moment. And yes, the camera was rolling.
Yeah,
and this is out of again. In our maybe not our first or second game, and I've never been really big on this poaching thing or the idea that the man should take over the court in mixed doubles. And I really honestly think at the 3.0 level, it doesn't make that much sense. I think teamwork becomes more important as you get into higher levels of mixed doubles. That's what I guess. But anyway, there was just one juicy floating shot that came across the net that I just couldn't resist, and so I just charged at it. But I was right on the kitchen line. And there was no room for me to go forward, and Sherry had run forward to the kitchen, and so I just mowed her down, trying to avoid getting in the kitchen. That's really what it was.
We laughed a lot, and in fact, we didn't really recover from that. That's our excuse for losing that match.
Okay. So when you play against Hua Hin people, what are a few things that you noticed about them that you can share?
That we could share. They were just great. I tell you, the people who all the people we played against were very congratulatory. There was no, we're better than you type feeling. It was very inclusive. I think it was a really nice feeling. And I definitely didn't feel that although I'm sure they could have played constantly to me, they weren't that type of opposition. They didn't aim everything at me to, put me under duress. It was all pleasant. It was quite nice. Looking back, it was probably a lot better than being there at the time.
Okay.
But,
I think they were all pleasant, but it's clear that a lot of these people take pickleball very seriously. I mean, some of these people, even at our level, play all the time, and so it shows in their level of play and in their sort of intensity. A lot of people are sort of intense about it, and when you're when you're at a tournament, that's what you're there for. But I think maybe I was expecting a little bit more of a social big pickleball party or something like that. But, most people there, I think everybody there was taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah, good players. We were up against some good players, but our nerves didn't really. I think maybe our nerves probably did. We didn't recognize it. We must have had nerves, and it probably affected our game a little bit. But I think they were quite congratulatory. Said how well we played. Blah, blah, blah. It was quite pleasant. And you've got to be able to cope with. Yeah, you've got to be able to cope with the opposition.
You remember how many games you played? How many games?
I remember it stroke by stroke. 4.
Okay, and how many did you win?
Oh, how many, Steve?
What we won one game.
We won one game.
And I remember the looks on their face when we won. When they lost to us, they were like, "How did that happen?" They were like, they were very sad,
Okay.
Yeah, we were vindicated. I think that one game we were vindicated, and that was our third game, I think. Our third game. So we lost 2, 11-1, 11-1 by the 2 people, by the way, who went on to win gold and silver. And
we had a tough draw.
Yeah. And then
we had a tough draw.
Yeah.
What category were you in again?
We
We were
were
in
in,
the 3.0, a mixed doubles 60 and over, and we're over 70, so that's part of our excuse.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so apart from pickleball, what else do you do in Chiang Mai? What are some other sports or some other activities that you do regularly in Chiang Mai? Anything?
Go ahead, Sherry. I got a motorbike here.
I've got a list. I've got a list because I try everything. I've done fencing. I've done archery. I regularly play games, board games, card games. I've started bridge, dancing, you name it. If there's I'll try anything. But I took to
Okay.
pickleball. I liked pickleball more because it gave me a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gave me social. I was able to meet other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps me fit. It's the only sort of aerobic stuff I do, really. Get the heart. Yeah.
Okay. So did your game change or did anything change after the tournament that you joined?
I think it did. Because although I say I'm pretty sure I played badly at the tournament, even though I say I didn't have many nerves, I think I've played better since I've come back. And that's a thing about confidence, I suppose. I don't know why.
Ask Ricky that question.
Yeah. Ricky?
Rick, what do you think? Your
Oh,
your mic's off, by the way.
Ricky, put your microphone on.
There,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
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 Before you went to Hua Hin, I know like the group that was going to the tournament had a little time to practice with Mud and the rest of them. And I had played Steve just before, and I had noticed a difference in Steve for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that was even before you went to the tournament, you know. And today was the first time I played with Steve, and of course it was always some good matches.
Yeah.
But I noticed the difference, yes, before you went. So, like Sherry, you were saying, you know, it was beneficial to drill and do those things, and it showed to me when I played with Steve before you went to the tournament.
Yeah, I don't think we've given enough credit to Moat for setting up all those drilling and coaching sessions in the lead up to the tournament. We haven't talked about that much because that was a big help, and really I think that was the biggest part of, well, I mean, playing in a tournament and sort of getting that done and getting that on your resume gives you a certain amount of confidence, but the opportunity to have that much sort of focus, just to actually focus on improving and take it halfway seriously instead of just going out and banging around for those few weeks leading up to the tournament. That was very helpful. And Mode orchestrated all that.
Absolutely.
Brought in you know, really good players.
Actually, yeah, they helped a lot, and they were very supportive, weren't they? And see, this is where we can't go on about our age too much, because both of them were our age and older, and they were just, you know, they were different level. Do you remember the American couple you brought in, Mark towards?
Yes.
Yes. They were really good and very good coaches.
Yeah.
Just playing people that are above your level, I think, is really helpful.
Yeah, so do I. The other thing is all those people like Christian, who went on to win a gold medal in men's singles. So they were willing to play with us during those pre-tournament sessions, weren't they? So it was, be with us or opposite us. So all that is good experience. But I think you definitely need to play players better than you to improve. I mean, definitely. But well, you have to have a mix of it, don't you? I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. So will you compete in a tournament again?
Steve?
Maybe.
I
mean, I would. I think by the time the next tournament rolls around, I'll probably be positive about it. Right after this one, I was thinking, well, you know, maybe I don't need to do that again. I'm glad I did it, but I suspect as time goes by, I'll probably warm up to it.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Mixed
you,
doubles?
Vicky? Are you not interested in going in for a tournament? There's one in March in Pattaya.
Well, I've just been playing pickleball for 4 months, so I feel I'm just beginning my journey in pickleball, and I'm never in a rush.
No.
So to answer, is it something I see in my future? A little bit like Steve says, it's certainly possible, but it's not an aim of mine.
Mhm.
But I certainly see it as a possibility because I'm enjoying it tremendously. I enjoy the connections with everyone. It's great for my health. I've always been into sports, so it's like a win-win-win-win-win all the
Yeah.
way around. And if tournaments come down the road, so be it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But that's kind of a little bit like Steve was saying. That's kind of how I look at it as well.
Yeah.
So you don't think that tournaments are frightening?
You're asking me?
The three of you.
I think they're frightening, but I still say that I wasn't particularly nervous when I got there, because you can manage if you don't have ridiculously high expectations and you just keep saying this is fun and it's a game, and we haven't been practicing day and night and playing pickleball. It's just about getting on court and doing your best, and then enjoying the other things that went on around. Because I actually quite enjoyed watching lots of games played by you, Mod, played by Christian, played by Khun Tom. I mean, I quite enjoyed all of that, being supportive of BYC people.
Okay. So if you plan to compete in a tournament again, what
Well,
division?
I'm going to say yes, Mod.
Mm-hmm. What division?
Completely different for the weeks. Well, the time after I came back, and I said, "Thank God that's over. I'm never, ever, 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 ever doing it again." But why not? I mean,
What changed your mind?
well, it can't be any worse than that first one, can it? Don't you think it's got to
Oh,
get
it
better?
could.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can only go up.
Yeah, but I'm not that competitive about it. I actually like the social side of it, and I definitely know I play better when I'm relaxed playing amongst friends. When I'm playing against even people I don't know, even at your club, I don't play as well. What's that all about? I don't know. It's psychological, isn't it?
Right. But I think you play well in the tournament.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Kun
you.
Steve. Yeah, Kun Steve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will you choose Sherry to be your partner again?
Whoa! You don't have to commit.
Putting us on the spot here.
Right.
I would always be happy to have Sherry as my partner,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of
unless she
course.
finds a better offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your mixed doubles? Who do you have in mind?
Who for? Me?
No. I mean, sorry. Men's doubles. Men's doubles and women's doubles.
Doubles.
And women's doubles.
Well,
I'm going to play with Kathy.
Play at the great. It used to be the old Grace School. Now it's World Club Sports Facility or something.
At World Club.
Yeah, World Club.
And I'm sorry, can I ask your age? How old are you?
I'm 70.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're going to push the tournament people, whoever they are, to have that category over 70.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a big difference between 60. Well, for me, there was 60 and 70.
Right.
Years.
I would agree.
And they need to have an over 70 category.
Yeah.
Over 80.
How long have you been playing, Khun Katie?
I just started like in November. And then, I haven't actually, I might have played once in December, and then I've had company all the time, so I haven't played now. So I was actually just checking our line group to see, about signing up for this week. And then I saw the come here, the BYC on Zoom. And I thought, well, okay,
It's good.
I'll hear what it is. So, but I mean, I think there are some that are very competitive but by and large, everyone's out just to have fun and, do your best. And I still get mixed up of, where to stand, what,
Me too. Me too.
So I just kind of tell them, just tell me where to go and I'll go there. But anyway, yeah, but I enjoy it. I mean, it is a good workout. It's great exercise. And yeah, it is a lot of fun. And there's quite a few that come out and play. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any pickleball goals?
Well, just to improve,
Okay.
to know all the rules, like the kitchen, I didn't know anything about it. And then I found out, you're in the kitchen and I go, what? Just funny. So I laugh a lot because then it takes the edge off. Having to be so good.
What about the three of you? Do you have any pickleball goals? Especially now that you experience the tournament.
Well, me, I want to improve. Oh, sorry, Steve. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I just want to continue to play, to continue to improve, and I think you do that by playing better competition and getting, coaching and drilling whenever you have a chance. On that, I mean, I don't know what, you just want to play as long as you can, Don't fall down and break a hip.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Those people in Hua Hin, they play 7 days a week. Every day.
They don't play as hard as we do.
Yeah. I don't want to play 7 days a week. I'm very happy if I play once for sure, and if I play twice a week, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more my speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you?
You have to keep.
I would play every other day if I had the chance.
You would play every day?
Every other day, I think.
Every other day.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
3 times a week, great.
3 times a week is my aim. Every other day,
Yeah.
What I was doing is the Tuesday, Thursday morning group, and Saturday with Katie's group every second day, and I really like that. You get a break in between, and it's like I have other interests, other things, so it allows me to. But pickleball is on top of the list pretty much. It's like I think Sherry was saying, it's fun, connections, all the many benefits. So it's like a one shop shopping mall. Everything's there.
Okay.
I feel Steve and I are very lucky because Steve is practically on site. So, it's just a quick cycle trip for him, or it's not too far. And me, it's only about 10 or 12 minutes to get there. So, it's easy. It's better than me having to go into the city all the time, which I had to do if I wanted to.
Right.
Okay. So I would like to, please.
If I can make a comment, kind of in the same line as what Steve shared earlier about the efforts that Mud and Singh made to get used some practice time and things like that. I have to say that in our Tuesday, Thursday morning group, there are some that are driving close to an hour to BYC because they love it so much.
Yeah, it's true.
And they come every week with a smile, and I think you know who I'm talking about. But for people to drive 45 minutes to an hour, I drive 35 minutes every day to get there. I wouldn't do it if I didn't get all the things that I'm getting out of it.
Sing is crying right now. Don't make him cry because I will cry too.
Anyways, I just wanted to
true.
acknowledge that and to say, I know it's not easy. Maybe we're not easy, but it's a big job, and a lot of us are retired. We all have our lives, and to try to juggle that, it's not an easy task. And but I think we're all doing our best, and you're doing an exceptional job doing what you're doing. So I know some days it may not feel like that, but hats off to you for doing what you're doing. So anyway, just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Are you in the same category as Khun Steve?
What do you mean by category? As in DUPR?
No,
Oh,
age.
I'm 63. I'm 63.
Oh, you're such a youngster.
Not for long.
And he's
Time
left-handed.
flies.
And he's left-handed, so it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you are not 65 yet.
You have to
I
wait.
can
You have to
pretend.
grow up.
But
It's
no,
just
with me, I
around the
smoke,
corner.
I drink, so I'm way older than 65 in reality. I live life very full, so make it 63 and above then. I just turned 63 last month, or 2 months ago. So
You gotta wait. You got.
Okay. So, does anyone have anything to share or to add?
I don't think so. Not me.
Okay.
Except to say a big thanks again. But I hope you
Yes.
know how appreciative
Yeah.
we are of this,
know.
because it's quite a nice, friendly community. And
I just want to say, if you don't mind, that before playing this game, I started about, like I said, back in December. I was a bit skeptical. I thought it was a bit like old man's tennis and all that. My mind blown. This game is quite amazing. Quite amazing. I'm really getting into it. Just
good.
wanted to say that.
It gets.
Very seductive.
Yeah. Soon we'll all be playing 7 days a week, like those people down
I would love
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. And we will travel together as a group to play in this and that province and this and that country and then compete too.
In that country. Gosh, we're going really international.
Be careful what you ask for, Mud.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I'm talking about next year, and we're only
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for joining us today. And then the next episode will be about DUPR, DUPR. And then the one after that will be the mental state. Yeah.
good.
Encouragement.
Great.
All right.
Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
then
It's nice to
enjoy
meet
your
you all.
evening. Yeah.
Have a
Enjoy
good
your
evening, all.
evening. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Come play with us sometime, Katie. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.
Bye.